In this video, I'm going to walk you through how WooCommerce works from a basic installation of it and help you understand how you can utilize WooCommerce in your day-to-day operations. So I'm just in this situation, I've just installed a basic version of WooCommerce. There's nothing fancy. There's no payment gateways installed. There's no shipping like UPS or FedEx installed on the site. I'm just really getting into the very basics of how WooCommerce works. So on the front end, I've just installed a quick little theme here, and it's just a quick sample site. It has a few sample products in it. I'm also going to jump into how those products work. So I'll be jumping back and forth between the back end and the front end a lot in this video. Alright, so the first thing that you'll notice is on your site, you'll see that there's a section called WooCommerce and Products. These are the sections that WooCommerce adds into the WordPress backend. WooCommerce, when you hover over that, it shows that you can manage your orders, your coupons, see a few reports, and also manage the settings. For most store owners that have a developer working for them, the settings page will probably be something that you won't really go into. For store owners that are trying to go their own way and trying to get everything configured themselves, the setting page is going to become a very important part of getting everything configured. I'm going to jump into the settings page because that's the first step of really setting up a WooCommerce store. The first thing that people usually do is set up their store address. This allows WooCommerce to understand where you guys are in relation to your customers. So this will be used, for example, when you're setting up your shipping, if you have like a FedEx or a UPS installed as your shipping provider. Now, in this situation, I'll just make it 123 Fake Street, and it's giving me a random postal code that I filled in before. You can set WooCommerce to sell to specific countries or all countries. That is just essentially right here. So you can sell to all countries, sell to all countries except for specific ones, or sell just to specific countries. So you can sell to, like, for example, you can sell it to anyone in Canada. You can sell to anyone in the United States. But if somebody orders from Britain or from Australia, maybe you don't ship there, so you can't really sell there. So you can set those parameters here and say, okay, if I'm only selling to Canada, we're only selling to Canada. If we're also selling to the United States or anywhere in North America, we can specify where people can purchase, are able to purchase things from our online store here. WooCommerce also supports specific currencies, so you can say that you accept your dollar amount in Canadian, USD. Most stores are USD based if you're selling within North America, but there are situations where maybe you want to support multiple currencies. Out of the box, WooCommerce does not support this, but there are ways to make WooCommerce support the USD and Canadian currency, for example, and you can set that up however you want. It will take a little bit of configuring and installing a third-party add-on, but it's definitely something that is doable, and I know that a lot of people are looking to do that as well. Now, if you're a store that accepts taxes and requires your customers to pay taxes, WooCommerce handles taxes out of the box. So all we have to do is enable taxes, and a lot of the time, once we've done that, we have to save this, so let's save the changes. We'll see a new tab that says tax. And in taxes, what we can do is we can set our settings first of all. So if they're inclusive, exclusive, how do you want taxes to work essentially? And WooCommerce also has a bunch of default taxes that should be able to be added in here. If you download a CSV of, let's say, Canadian taxes or USA taxes, and it will have all the settings ready to go. You can just Google that to find the CSVs for the specific countries. The next thing, let's jump into, for the most part, we don't really need to get into products. Shipping is a question a lot of people have, and they want to know a little bit about. So with shipping, the way that it works is shipping is based on different zones. So you can add as many shipping zones as you want, and a shipping zone is a set of different locations. So you can ship with FedEx anywhere in Canada, and anywhere in the US you can use UPS, for example. And you can set the different zones, so you can even get as specific as a postal code, for example, or you can get as general as a country. And you can set this up however you would like to set that up. So if I press add shipping zone, and we'll just say free shipping zone, and anywhere in Canada can be free shipping. So we'll just set that as a free shipping. Perfect. So what I've just done is I specified that Canada has free shipping anywhere in Canada. Now, if I go to add another shipping zone and I make it paid shipping, I can say United States, and I can add a flat rate to that. Great, and we'll just edit that flat rate quickly. I can say anywhere in the United States has a $10 shipping rate. And once that's in there, that looks like it's saved for me, so I can go back. And if one of my customers is from the United States, they will be prompted to pay a $10 flat rate. If somebody's from Canada, they will get free shipping through the system. All right, and now the next thing, by default, WooCommerce lets you accept check payments, cash on delivery, and PayPal. PayPal standard. You can install any payment gateway. There's pretty much any payment gateway available that you can potentially have. Probably has a WooCommerce extension for it. So I know a lot of people use Moneris or Elevon in Canada, and those are 100% supported by WooCommerce and can be configured to be set up as payment options for your customers on WooCommerce. That's pretty straightforward and pretty easy to take care of. And I'm just gonna jump into products now from here, because we finished with the settings and setting up the store and where we're accepting orders from. Now, the one thing that I did remember I set up, I believe, I'm gonna jump back to general here. I believe, okay, we ship to all countries we sell to, and those countries are Canada, US. Perfect. So if you remember, I set up 2 shipping zones for Canada and United States. So that would essentially mean that I'm selling to them, and now I can also ship to them as well with different fees. And all right, I'm going to jump over to products now. In our products, we have a bunch of the WooCommerce sample products here. The sample products have a whole bunch of different types of products in here. Some of them are on sale, for example, you can see that. This one's on sale from $65 to $55, for example. So we can get a quick overview of what's going on here. If your theme supports it, you can also mark specific products as featured. So right now they're set to no, but these ones are featured. So if I clicked on this, we have to quick edit this. If I quick edited this and I went to featured over here, okay, one more time. Quick edit and I press featured and I press update. Great, that is now a featured product on my homepage or wherever the theme supports the featured products. All right, so instead of actually going to one of these sample products here, I'm actually gonna just add a new one. Okay, so this is the default screen for adding a product. And in this video, I'm just gonna go through simple products. There are a few different types of products here, which get a little bit more complicated and require a little bit more hands-on explanation. So in this case, I'm gonna create a test product. And that's what this product's gonna be called. Actually, let's call it iPhone 7. So in this case, we're selling an iPhone 7, the Apple iPhone. So in this section is a quick description of our product. So we can set this description to be anything we want it to be. It's usually a couple lines of text that explain what the product is about, and it gives us a good description of that. Now, in WooCommerce, as a simple product, we have a few configurations we can do here. We can set the price. So let's say this phone is probably about $700. And I can also set a sales price. We can schedule a sales price for a specific time of year or a specific season. So let's say that the sale happens during Christmas. We can schedule this to happen from, I don't know, let's jump over to December 1st to December 31st. So I can say during that time period, we are going to put this product on sale for $500. So that's going to be a $200 discount that we're applying to this. And we can also set a SKU, so whatever the SKU would be for the product. And WooCommerce does come with stock management. If you are interested in stock management, we just have to enable that here and say how many we have in stock. Now, this will not sync automatically with your internal systems. There are potentially plugins available for that or integrations that can be built for them as well. Stock quantity typically is managed by WooCommerce if you're just selling online. But there are situations where you're not just selling online and you have a retail store, for example. So if you do have a retail store, you're going to want to have some sort of software that syncs between your offline stock and your online stock. So you don't have any sort of conflicts where a customer orders online and a customer orders offline and you don't have a product to deliver to one of your customers. And we can allow the customer to back order an item as well by default. And that's pretty much pretty much from here. Anytime an order comes in, it will deduct from the stock quantity. Okay, now important for shipping. If you are charging for shipping and you're using a weight-based system, so like UPS, FedEx, Canada Post, United States Postal Service, any of those providers require weights and dimensions. So each of your products in here should potentially have a weight to it. So maybe like it's 30 kilograms and it's a 10 by 10 by 10 package. And what a lot of these shipping extensions will do is based on what boxes you have available, it will figure out how many boxes are required and figure out the shipping cost based on the number of packages that you have to send out. So it packs everything into the boxes for you. It determines, not physically, but digitally figures out how many boxes you need and the shipping costs for these products. All right, so that's about really basic overview here. We also have the ability to categorize. So right now we have accessories, hoodies, t-shirts, and I can also add a new category called tech. So in this situation, tech is a category and we are good to go. Now we can also add a product image or even add some gallery images. In this situation, I'll just go ahead and publish. And now that that product is published, I can jump into our front end and I can see what this looks like on our front end. We should be able to search this on our front end. We should be able to go through our shop archive page, our categories, and find the product in the correct spots now. WooCommerce also supports reviews. You can disable this if you don't want reviews on your products. So that would be a setting in the product. I believe that would be that would be under the advanced option over here. We can enable and disable the reviews if we don't want our product to get any reviews on our site. Some store owners like reviews, some store owners don't really want to manage it because you could potentially get spam, and then you have to deal with filtering out the good reviews over the reviews that are spam and you don't want on your site. So if you have the capability to manage reviews, then they're great to have, and there's software that can make it even easier to manage and reduce the amount of spam, but it's never 100%. So if you can't manage that, I would actually recommend not having reviews potentially, if you can. If you can have reviews, then even better, and if you can manage them, even better. Any functionality that WooCommerce brings out of the box is usually some pretty good functionality. So let's just press update one more time. I just disabled the reviews there. And once that happens, if I refresh this page now, you'll notice that our reviews tab is now gone. And essentially, why don't we go ahead and actually place an order for this product? Great. So this product has been added to my cart, and you'll notice that the quantity has not been reduced yet, just because I haven't checked out. As soon as I check out, that quantity will be reduced because we are managing our stock. So let's go to View Cart. We can apply a coupon if we have one. So why don't we do that? Let me create a coupon here. So I'm going to go to WooCommerce. I'm going to go to Coupon. And I'm going to add a coupon over here. And we'll call the coupon test. So whatever you call your coupon is the actual coupon code itself. So when I enter test into this box here, it will apply this coupon. And we'll set this to be a percentage amount. There are a few different variations. You can set a fixed cart discount or product specific fixed amount. So this would be where you say specific products get a specific discount. This would be your whole cart gets a specific amount, so maybe like $10 for example. Or this would be a specific percentage. So now it will be 10% because we set that to 10. So this coupon amount will depend on the option that you set here. This will be percentage, and these two will be dollar based. Okay, we can also set a coupon expiry date. So let's say that this expires in a couple days, and we can also set some usage restrictions on this coupon. So we can say that I want a minimum spend of $200 to get this discount, and it's not valid for anything over $1,000. And we can say that this coupon cannot be used with any other coupons, or we can allow coupons to be used together as a series of different coupons can potentially be used. We can say what products this works for and what products this doesn't work for example, as well. And we can restrict it to a specific person too. So let's say that we have somebody that we want to potentially give a discount to on the next purchase. Maybe they've been a very loyal customer and you want to give them a discount. So you can say if somebody enters in a specific email address, then they can use this coupon. If they don't, then they can't use this coupon. And if you leave that blank, of course, I won't put any limitations on that as well. Okay, so we can say how many times we want this coupon to be used in the global scheme of things. So maybe we only allow this for the first 100 customers, and we can limit this one per customer, and we can say a limit on the number of items that this coupon can be applied to as well. Now, if we're on a cart or percentage-based discount, this won't be applied, but if it is on a specific set of products, we can apply this as well. So I'm just going to press publish now, and now that that has happened, and this page is updated, good to go. I can now add the coupon test, and you'll see that we got our 10% off discount, which makes this $630. We are not taxing anyone because we never set up the tax rules. So that is something that could be applied later on. And we could apply for free shipping, it looks like, but I can calculate my shipping cost. So if I set USA, I don't think it really matters where I set it in the USA. It will tell me that I have a flat rate of $10 to ship this out. All right, let's proceed to checkout. Great. So WooCommerce by default gives us a one-page checkout process. What that means is when we're on our checkout page, we essentially don't have to go page step to step to check out. We check out in one set step. And the biggest thing is WooCommerce asks that Essentially, they ask for the billing information, and then if you have a separate shipping information, we can check to say that this is shipping to a separate address. Now, the shipping price will depend on the shipping address that is set. So I set a shipping address to Canada here. I should have free shipping, even if my billing address is is American. So let's use a real 90210 postal code here, just for our US. And sure, we'll use our office address here. And we're now going to be shipping to Canada, but our other address is in the States. And we can pay by check or by PayPal. Now, I know some stores, what they want is they only want to collect billing information. So there are ways to disable the shipping section here. And there are also ways to potentially disable the billing details and just use just have shipping information entered in as well for some people. All right, so I'm just going to place this order because there's no payments being processed right now, and we're expecting a check. WooCommerce should put this into a pending order for us. So we should be waiting for a check in order for us in this situation to send out the item. Great, our receipt is there, and I can come back anytime, go to my account, and I can see in my account that I have orders in there. And I can view this order at any time in my account. And as a user, as a customer, I can come in and I can also manage my account. So I can manage my addresses. I can also manage my account details, who I am, my information in here as well. And I'm just going to go back to the back end now, and I'm going to jump into orders. So as a customer, I can manage my orders. I can see what's happening on my orders at any time. So I can see that I have an on hold status right now. The on hold status, and if I check my inbox, I would also have an order confirmation receipt as well that has come in with this order. As an admin and as a user, I should have that. The on hold status would indicate that they're waiting for me to do something as a customer. So, or potentially that the process, if it's an automatic payment, the process hasn't been completed just yet. It's just saying that this is where we are in the process of the order. As a user, as an admin, I can come back to the back end and now say, okay, I've received this check. And once I've done that, I can use some of these quick actions, for example. So I can mark this as processed or processing, and I can mark the order as complete. If I mark it as complete, it means usually indicates that I've shipped out the order. Processing would usually indicate that I'm collecting the order, I'm packaging it up, and I'm getting it ready to send out. And all these statuses can, of course, be changed and customized, as WooCommerce has that flexibility for a developer to go in and make these statuses be whatever we want them to be. I can jump into this order now. And now that I've jumped into this order, I can change our order status here as well. So you can see that there's a bunch of different settings that I can set. So I'm going to set this to processing. And when I set this to processing, we'll press update. What will happen is, as a customer, I'll get a notification saying that this order is now being processed. And that is only because the processing actually triggers an email. Most of them will not do that unless you specifically do that. And you can actually email and resend the order confirmation to the customer at any given time. The other thing that you'll notice is there's some order notes here. So first, it's telling me that we've reduced the stock. As soon as the order was placed, we reduced the stock from 100 to 99. We also said, it also gave me an indication of why the payment was, or why the order was set to on hold. It was pending payment originally. And we now see that I've changed the order from on hold to processing. So as a customer, let's say I've received my check, I've set it to processing. I can refresh my page here. I can see my status here is processing. Great. and I can see the entire order. Everything that I need to know about the order is in here, what coupons I used, what products were ordered, how much was charged on this, and anything I need to know about the order is in here. Now, there's one thing that you need to know. You cannot edit the order in WooCommerce. So for example, once an order is in place, let's say you want to change the iPhone 7 to a different product in this list or add another item to the order. You can't do that as payment's already been processed. But if we set this order back to pending payment, we can come in here and we can now add a new item and add a product. And let's add our belt. And we can add that item to our list. And now the belt is in there, and we can recalculate our cost here. That looks about right. And once that's done, we just press update on the order. And now the belt is in the order. Now, did that save? Hold on, let's do that one more time. Perfect. All right, and now the belt is in the order. Now, that belt was never charged for. Let's say I already received my check. Now we have to wait for the customer to send another check or place another payment. So it's usually advisable only to edit order before payment is set. Now, WooCommerce does support partial payments. So if let's say that you do modify an order, we know that we've received a certain amount of dollars. WooCommerce is intelligent enough to know that, and we can send them a link to the page. We can send your customer a link to the page in order to process the remaining amount if it's an automatic payment, like if it was a Stripe payment or a Moneris payment or an Elevon payment. All of that could be handled later on as well. But let's say that we received our payment for everything. I can mark this back as processing. Great. You can also create an order from scratch. So as an admin, without logging into a user's account, we can go to add order. We can say what the payment status is. Maybe they've already paid for it. They sent you a check. We can say that it's processing. If they have an account with us, we can find their account. So in this case, I believe there's only one account in the system, and it will prepend all the data that we've already gathered from them based on everything that they've entered in. But we can change this as much as we want. We can change the address information. We can update this however we see fit. The next thing is we can add items, so similar to what we did before, and I'll just add that belt again. We can continuously add as many items as we need, potentially add a handling fee. $10. Okay, let's save that and recalculate. We can even come in and add a coupon if we had a coupon that we can apply here. And once we're done that, we can create the order and we're good to go. Great. We can view other orders from this customer as well. So if I just click on this tab, this link right here, view other orders, I can see all the orders this customer has placed with me in the store. As well, I can come down to users and I can find users through here as well and see what my users are doing. I can create a new user or a new customer within here. So if I go into add user, test 2 at Simplistics. We can set a password. We can email that user about their account. And we can also set them as a customer in our store once we've done that. Now, we can set up this display to show us anything, and we can search anything in here. So let's say that we had a phone number and we wanted to search the phone number. We can do that in this field if WooCommerce has been configured to allow for that. WooCommerce and WordPress to be configured for that actually. So this page can be configured to show us anything, any information we want, and we can order by any of that information as well. And we can also search for any of that information if we want to set that in here as well. I think this has been a pretty good overview of how WooCommerce works. And if you do have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks, guys.